Be me, 26, just finished my last contract. Discharged, honorable, whatever that means outside the base. Back in town, same streets, same bus route, same corner store with the weird cat in the window. Key still works. Lock turns. Door creaks just like before. Inside, empty. Couch gone. Her mug's gone. Note on the counter, short and useless. I waited, but things change. Hope you understand. Yeah, I understand. Place smells like dust and silence. Fridge is a graveyard of condiments. Unpack the one duffel bag. A few shirts. Books I didn't read. Ceramic eagle someone gave me when I enlisted. Didn't break. Shame. Sleep is weird. Quiet isn't comforting anymore. Feels too wide. 2 days pass, no calls, no plans, no idea what comes next. Sit on the edge of the bed. Search entry-level jobs near me. Click on the first one that doesn't sound like hell. Warehouse, shipping and receiving, full-time. Interviews short. Guy barely looks up. You show up on time? Every day. You lift stuff? All day. Cool, start Monday. Monday. 6:40 a.m. Cold cereal, cold shower, cold air. Walk to the warehouse. Big building, loud trucks, steel shelves like Tetris from hell. Get a vest, a clipboard. Guy named Rick gives a tour. Says stuff like, watch your toes and don't trust the vending machine. Meet a few coworkers. Nice enough. One guy smells like diesel and regret. Then she walks in. Brown hair tied back. Dark green hoodie. Hands in gloves. Walk is confident, not showy. She nods at the room, not trying to impress anyone. Just part of the place. Rick calls out, hey Torres, new guy. Show him around the North Bay. She looks at me. Not cold, not warm, just sizing up. You military? She asks, walking. I blink. Yeah, just got out. She nods. Same, 2 months ago. Silence for a few steps. Infantry? Nope, logistics. She smirks. Figures. You've got the I organize my socks energy. I laugh, first time in a week. So what were you? Communications, then nothing, now here. We walk the aisles. She explains the labeling system like it's a second language. Speaks clearly, moves efficiently, like she's done this with or without me before. No flirting, no small talk, just real. I like that. Break comes. She leans against a steel post, sips from a chipped thermos. I sit nearby. Miss it? I ask. She shrugs. Not the job, just the clarity. I nod. Same. Before we head back, she says, name's Lena, by the way. I'm Nate. She doesn't smile, but her nod feels like permission. Third day on the job. Boxes feel lighter. Or maybe I just stopped caring how much they weigh. Lena works fast, precise, efficient. Doesn't waste words, doesn't repeat herself. We move as a team, no missteps. Feels familiar, like drill, but quieter. Break time again. Same spot near the bay door. Cold air leaks through the frame. She sips from that same thermos. I sit down without asking. She doesn't tell me to leave. That's something. Minutes pass. No conversation, no awkwardness. I realize something. There are two kinds of silence. The heavy one, where you don't know what to say and wish you did. And the easy one, where nothing needs to be said. With her, it's the second. She finally speaks. Low voice, like testing the floor before stepping. You said someone was waiting for you? I nod. She left, a couple weeks before I got back. Lena doesn't flinch, just stares straight ahead. Happened to me, too. Came home to an apartment with his stuff gone. Plants were dead. Dog was confused. I raise an eyebrow. You had a dog? She shrugs. He was technically his, but I kept him. Figured one of us deserved loyalty. That makes me smile. She notices, looks away fast. His name's Bruno, she adds. The dog, not the guy. She almost smiles. Almost. Forklift whines in the distance. Someone curses about a broken pallet. But here, in the corner of the warehouse, it's just us. And the silence that feels like maybe we're both finally not alone. Week 2. Same shift, same routine, same Lena. Except now she calls me by name. Sometimes even throws in a morning that sounds almost like sarcasm. Almost. One guy in the back calls her Sergeant. She doesn't correct him. I don't blame her. Wednesday, 11:30 break. She's outside, back dock, jacket half zipped, leaning on the railing, coffee in hand. No cigarette, just breathing in the cold. I walk over, stand next to her, say nothing at first. She doesn't move. Then, you ever think it's weird how fast civilian time moves? I nod. Like the day ends and you're not sure what you actually did. Exactly. She sips. Coffee steam rises like fog off the muzzle. I had a dream last night I was still in, she says. No war. Just formation, orders, the comfort of knowing what mattered. I look at her. She's not saying it for sympathy. Just truth. Woke up and my biggest task was reorganizing pallet C4. She snorts. First time I've heard that sound from her. That one still smells like motor oil and lies, I say. She laughs, full now, not loud, but real. We stand there a little longer. She glances over, lingers. You're easier to work with than most. Thanks. You insult me with such grace. She shakes her head, smiling now. Inside, someone yells, "Breaks up!" We move, slowly. Before we re-enter, she taps my arm. Tomorrow, coffee's on me. That's all. But it feels like something just shifted. Small, but steady. Friday night, no plans, no one waiting. I almost don't ask. Almost walk home like always. But something makes me turn. She's locking up her locker, keys hanging from a bootlace on her wrist. I clear my throat. Hey, you like pizza? She raises an eyebrow, like she's scanning for the joke. Yes? Want to get some? Nothing fancy, just greasy and hot and somewhere that plays bad 80s music. She stares for a second, then nods once. Okay. We end up at this old place near the bus depot. Neon sign half working. Booth seats torn. Smells like garlic and ancient cheese. Perfect. She orders pepperoni. I ask for mushrooms. She makes a face. God, why are you like this? I grin. Balanced nutrition. We talk. For real. Not about service, not about logistics, not even about exes. She tells me about her older sister who lives in Florida. I tell her about my grandma who used to run a bakery. We argue about the best fast food fries. We agree pineapple on pizza isn't a crime. When the bill comes, she reaches for it. I shake my head. I asked. She rolls her eyes. Chivalry is dead. Good. I hate splitting checks. Walking her home after a quiet street, early fall air, leaves starting to give up. We don't hold hands, but our arms brush now and then. At her building, she stops, turns to me. That was nice. Yeah. No ghost tonight. Just pizza. She nods once, then softer. Thanks. No kiss, no invite up. But something in her eyes says, maybe next time. Wednesday, 2:12 p.m. Sharp buzz from the main alarm. Red light blinking. People freeze. Then chaos. Someone yells, "Is this real?" Another guy drops a box of cables. Someone else runs the wrong way. It's not fire, just smoke from a busted forklift. But nobody knows that yet. I move toward the exit. Yell directions. Point. Calm. Then I hear her voice behind me. Firm. Even. No panic. This way. Left side. Move fast, but don't push. She's guiding two new hires out. Hand on one's shoulder. Direct eye contact. Rock solid. We end up outside. Cold wind. Confused shouting. Managers pacing with clipboards like they practiced for this. She walks toward me. Pulls her hoodie tighter. Hair stuck to her forehead. You good? She asks. Yeah. You? She nods. Takes a breath. Then says, quieter. Haven't done that in a while. Miss it? Only the part where people listen. I laugh. Offer her my jacket. She waves it off. A few of the others come over. Thanks, one guy mumbles. I had no idea what to do. She shrugs. Just keep walking. Later, we're on the back steps. The smoke's cleared. Everyone's inside again. She sits next to me, knees up, boots untied. I look over. You were good back there. So were you. We made a pretty solid unit. She smiles, real one, eyes soft. You always this steady under pressure? Only when I'm standing next to you. She bumps my shoulder with hers, and doesn't move away. Somehow ended up at her place after a late shift and too much laughing over cheap noodles. No drinks, no kiss at the door. Just, you want to come up? It's warmer. Inside a tiny apartment, plants that look half alive. A framed photo of her dog on a shelf. Cozy but not staged. Like someone real actually lives here. We sit on the couch, some old movie playing. She hands me a blanket, takes one for herself. Doesn't sit far. Conversation fades. Movie ends. We don't say goodnight, just slowly shift. Shoulders, hands, sleep. Wake up to light through thin curtains. Smell of mint tea. Sound of a dog collar jingling. I open my eyes. She's in the kitchen, wearing my hoodie, barefoot, hair a mess. Still beautiful. She turns when she hears me, lifts her mug in greeting. Morning, morning. She pours me tea, hands it over like she's done it 100 times. Sits on the arm of the couch, toes touching mine. You always wake up this early? I ask. Only when someone's breathing loud. I smirk, sip the tea, breathe it all in. No makeup, no questions, no talk about the night before. Just a moment that feels simple, solid, undeniably good. She looks at me, tilts her head. You okay? Yeah, I think I am. She nudges my foot with hers. Cool, because I'm keeping the hoodie. Fair, and for the first time in a long time, I don't want to be anywhere else. Wasn't some big moment, no moving truck, no we should talk, just slow gravity. First it was my hoodie at her place, then her mug in my cabinet. A few drawers started making room, then full shelves. Now it's Tuesday night. We're both home before 8. Groceries on the counter, dog asleep on my sock. I'm chopping vegetables. She's scrolling a playlist, complaining about how every new song sounds like laundry detergent. We argue about garlic again. She wins, as usual. Dinner's simple, stir-fry and sarcasm. TV on but muted, plates balanced on knees, dog begging from both sides. We talk about work, laugh at something her coworker said. She mentions maybe going back to school. I nod. Tell her I'll cover rent more if she does. She doesn't argue. That night, in bed. She reads with a tiny clip light. I scroll silently. Our feet find each other under the blanket. She glances over. You ever think we were supposed to meet earlier? I shrug. No, I think we had to live through some shit to be good at this. She smiles, clicks off the light, lays her head on my chest. I'm glad it's you, she whispers. I don't say anything. Just pull her closer. Because, yeah, me too. 1 year later, small wedding, backyard. String lights tied up like someone watched one too many DIY videos. Her dress is simple. No veil, no big entrance. She walked up next to me like she's done every day for the past year. I'm in a suit that doesn't quite fit. My brother says I look like an accountant who moonlights as a mechanic. I'll take it. Bruno's wearing a bow tie. Steals a sandwich during the ceremony. No one's mad. She wrote her vows by hand. I typed mine and left them in the car. So I speak from memory. I don't promise a perfect life, but I promise to show up for the real one. She smirks, calls me a sap under her breath. We both say I do. Nobody cries, except her sister. And the dog. Probably. The music is a Spotify playlist that keeps buffering. We dance anyway. She laughs against my shoulder, says, We're not very traditional, are we? No, I say, but we're pretty damn solid. Later that night, it's just us. 2 plates of leftover tacos, 2 tired people in love. We sit on the couch, feet on the coffee table. Bruno snoring like a diesel engine. She turns to me, leans her head on my shoulder. You think this is it? She asks. Like, the life part? I glance around, half-empty wine glass, dog hair on her dress, our rings catching lamplight. Yeah, I say, I think we made it. Be me. 31. Husband, dad, dog owner. Still lose socks in the dryer. Still find peace in early mornings. We bought a house with a mortgage. She still steals my hoodies. Still makes tea before I know I need it. Still calls our son Tiny Tornado with affection and fear. This morning, she made pancakes. Burnt the first batch. Laughed like it was the funniest thing ever. Dog barked once like he agreed. Kid ran through the kitchen with syrup hands. Yelled, Super hug incoming. Got both of us. We didn't flinch. We just stood there, sticky, laughing, alive. Later, we all sat on the couch, movie playing, dog on the floor, kid between us. She leaned her head on my shoulder, toes curled under a blanket. "I love our little world," she said, not like a confession, more like a truth she's lived into. I kissed the top of her head. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Because I wouldn't. Not the Sunday grocery runs. Not the bedtime stories that go off script every night. We don't need more. We just need this. Each other. This mess. This peace. This family that we built and still build every single day.